Hello guys, and welcome back to the Western Journal. Today's news report is titled "The British Owe India Nothing." There has been some type of wave amongst Indians who claim today's modern India is poorer because of the British. There have been claims citing that the British have robbed anywhere from $15 trillion to $50 trillion from India. However, is this true? Absolutely not. First, let's get something straight. The British did not rob $50 trillion from India. Yes, it's true that once India contained the largest GDP in the world, but that was under Muslim administration with the Mughal Empire. And during that time the Mughal Empire encompassed Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, and parts of Iran. However, it's important to remember the global GDP was very small at that time, and during the time of the Mughals, the British were colonizing America. Although America did not directly contribute to the UK's GDP, it's estimated that the British and the Spanish had a larger economy than the Mughals. But do the British owe India something? Or do Indians owe the British? This is a map of India at the eve of the British conquest. Contrary to popular belief, India has never been a unified country. The proof is in the pudding. Indians don't share a unifying language or ethnicity, or even culture. Cuisines and foods are different beyond state lines, and Tamil kingdoms had nothing to do with northern empires. In fact, historically, Indians have been fighting amongst themselves. As you can see, much of India was under Muslim rule, either by Nawabs or the Mughal Empire. And Pakistan, a territory Indians claim the British stole from them, is actually a part of the Durrani Empire, not India. Akan Bharat, or Bharat, is a mythological concept written in Hindu scriptures and only legitimized by the British and British Raj. But let's get back to this map. As you can see in this map, Indians were under occupation by various Muslim kingdoms. And yes, there are some instances of Indian rule, like with the declining Sikh Empire or the Marathi Empire. But even then, these empires were fighting amongst each other for territory. Without the British, India would not only be a non-unified country, it also wouldn't be free. Indians would still be under Muslim rule. Not to mention, the British allowed India to get its independence long before the French allowed Pondicherry, and before India stole Goa from the Portuguese. There is no historic evidence to back up that the British stole $45 trillion from India. This is largely a figure created by Indian nationalists that tried to make an excuse as to why their country is poor, as well as Western liberals trying to condemn the past of the British Empire. But let me paint you a picture. Let's say the British did steal $45 trillion from India. Did you know in the 1960s India was, in fact, richer than China, both overall and per capita wise? Upon its independence, India had roughly a population of 110 million people, which, still a large amount, is minuscule compared to its 1.4 to 1.7 billion people today. The reason why India is so poor today is due to the fact they've overpopulated themselves. But back to China being poorer than India. If it's true that the British robbed $45 trillion from India, then why in the 1960s was India richer than China, when today, China is 10 times richer than India, and China is much more developed than India as well? Surely if the British stole that $45 trillion from India, India wouldn't be richer than China in the 1960s. India is in poverty today, which is the world's largest, and it is self-inflicted. It's not because of Pakistan, it's not because of China, and it's certainly not because of the British. Indian nationals will still cry and complain, saying things like, "It's not fair," but nothing in this world is fair. They try to offload their more than 300 million Muslim population to Pakistan, citing that Indian Muslims should go to Pakistan. However, just as Punjab and Bengal were partitioned for their Hindu populations, so should Indian states for their Muslim populations, if India wants to get rid of its Muslim population so bad. That's right, divide Kerala, all the other Indian states, and give Indian Muslims their fair share. Indians want to have their cake and eat it too. They have a very bad victim mentality. They will blame everybody in the world except themselves. So the British and the rest of the world should not fall for this scam. As we know, Indians are natural scammers, and they have a culture of scamming not only each other, but outsiders as well. Many people in the West who have phones can attest to this, with all the annoying scam calls they get, as well as the Western tourists that visit India who get scammed by common Indians. This has been a news report by the Western Journal. If you found the information in this news report informative, please consider subscribing and liking the video. And you all have yourself a great day.